Young girls, don't cry. You're not alone in the fight. The broken, the unspoken, we can't heal if the wound is open. It feels like no one cares to see your heart is bleeding. Your cry is ignored when you are ill. When the wrong, the pain, and lies are kept a secret to gain for their own benefit. Be strong, be brave. You're too far away from the grave. Stand tall. We are here. We don't know the spirit of fear. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. Liberia, when will we stop being the inferior? Our vulnerable children, strength of their innocence. It feels like no one cares to see your heart is bleeding. Your cry is ignored when you are ill. When the wrong, the pain, and lies are kept a secret to gain for their own benefit. Be strong, be brave. You're too far away from the grave. Stand tall. We are here. We don't know the spirit of fear. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. We will overcome. Yes, we will overcome. We will overcome. Yes, we will. Liberia, we can't give up when they turn their backs on us. Liberia, we can't give up. Liberia, we can't give up when they turn their backs on us. Liberia, we can't give up. Young girls, don't cry. You're not alone in the fight.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Tony Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Happy Halloween. You can see my board is all set up for this weekend. Be careful as you go out trick or treating. Stay safe. Make sure you and your children are vaccinated. Have the vaccination before you go out there. Be safe. Okay? We woke up this morning, dry in Rhode Island and New England. Temperature in the 40s. It's going to be chilly out there as you wake up to go to school this morning. This is Friday, October the 29th, 2021. Welcome. We wake up the news of our president being in Italy, going to visit the Pope, the Holy See. Biden is a Catholic, so this is going to be like a homecoming with the Pope. They're going to talk about COVID-19, immigration, the Haitians, and world relations. And the Pope wanted to be specific about COVID-19 vaccine in the third world countries and around the world. So she's going to talk to Biden about that too. And there's also an issue of Catholics in America who are against Biden taking communion because of his stance on abortion. And they want to bring that up. They want to know whether the Pope will address that too. Some people say Biden shouldn't take communion. Others say it doesn't matter. Let the Pope deal with it, let the church deal with it. But people are speculating that the Pope may not deal with that. Okay? We look at President Biden's $1.75 trillion package that is still being held up. We look to Democrats. We hope that they will get their acts together and pass this bill so we can get on to the next issues that our president has to deal with. Now, President Biden bill includes universal pre-K for children, tax credit extension for parents dealing with children too, Medicare coverage for hearing, people with hearing aid. He wanted to get dental treatment too, but I don't think that was possible. So he only has the Medicare for hearing. A lot of people need hearing aids and have hearing problems. So Medicaid can take care of that aspect of it. And there's also the tax on those who earn high in our society, who need to pay the fair share like the rest of us. Okay? So we hope the Democrats can work this out because we need this to pass. We need them to take control. We voted to have a majority, at least in the representatives, the House. So can we get along and get this thing passed and move on? Okay? My poor people in Ghana, Africa, Liberians, the Liberian finance minister, Kemaya, went over there and met with the Ghanaian interior minister and their team, and they sat down to work out this issue about Liberians in Ghana in the refugee Buduburam camp. As we know that next month on the 27th, The camp supposed to be turned over to the owners, who are the chiefs that in that area. Then on the 1st of December, they're supposed to start evicting and demolishing the camp. Now, the Interior Minister of Ghana has made it clear that Ghana doesn't own property. It's the chiefs and the people in that region who were generous to give this land, to donate this land to Liberian refugees to use for the past 30-something years. Now the people want the land back. And the issue is what's going to happen with the Liberians. There's a lot of issues surrounding the grant that were given to them by the United Nations High Commission and other organizations of the United Nations. Or there's a whole part of mess with this thing. So they got to sit down and work it out. So during this meeting, Kemenya and the Ghanaian Interior Minister sat down, and that group developed a technical team that's supposed to look into this matter and find an amicable solution to it. Now, I just hope that this thing don't become a money-making thing for some people to get permanent jobs. We need to get in there, resolve this situation, find places for the Liberians, repatriate them home or integrate them into the Ghanaian society, and let's end this bullshit. Enough is enough. We're not going to soak this thing. We're not going to try to get money from the international community. This will not be a 10-year project where we prolong it. The people want their land by December 1st. Now, they've had this first meeting in Ghana already. The team is going to have a second meeting in Liberia. Let's resolve this matter. Okay? I think that's the beginning of that's my introduction. Let me just get into my class. My topics for today are: 1, political ideals, interests, attitudes, behaviors, and maturity. Can and will the CPP hold? 2, Liberia First. What price must we pay to achieve this goal for Liberia to be first? What price? And my final topic, the conclusion. Okay? Let's get into my first topic. This situation in our country is terrible. It's unbecoming. It's apparently unnatural for educated people not to be able to work together. It's detrimental to our present and future coexistence as a people and as a nation still. We've been through this thing for 40 years. We've been through this divisive bullshit for over a century now. We can't go on with it. We got to make a concerted effort and decision to stay together as a people, to build ourselves as a cohesive nation and society, and to seek to raise the standard of living of our people, the standard of living of our children, that they would dream and envision great things. And not only would they dream it, they would know and believe that they have the abilities, the competence, the blessings of the Almighty to achieve what they believe. And it's no lie. If you dream it and you strive toward achieving it, you can achieve it. You can achieve it. It's no mystery. It's no mystery that none of us can achieve. Nothing is impossible. Why? Because we live in a mystery, in a matrix. Nobody knows where the numbers will drop. You see the numbers falling like in the matrix, the show. We see all the computer numbers falling. Those are messages, symbols, real life situations. Everything is in numbers. Everything we're doing in numbers. It can be translated in numbers. So when you see all the numbers falling down on the computer, those are futuristic ideas of communication, transference of ideals, messages. So we live in like a matrix. You never know who's pulling the strings. You just gotta believe and do what you gotta do. And that's what's hampering our society today. Something unnatural has gone wrong in this matrix. Terribly wrong. I don't know if it's a sign of the time, because since last year, or for the past 4 years with Donald Trump coming into existence, our whole world has gone confused. Still to today, we're still reeling. So from the coming of Donald Trump to today, that our world has bred so much distrust, so much confusion, so much unconventional ways of doing things, challenging things that have been standing for long, our systems, our leadership, our relationships with each other. Everything for the past 4 to 5 years has gone haywire. Think about it. There's always existed this division among us, this distrust, but it has gone haywire. And we got to reel it back in. We got to start making sense again of our society, of our system of leadership and governance, of our system of democracy. Unlike America, we in Liberia have always had a crooked democracy. And we know it. And every leader that comes to power have always tried to dominate our system from Tottenham to this very day. Look at Tottenham served 27 years. When Turbo got there, we were tired with him. That's what brought all this commotion. I mean, the system, we have lived under that system for so long. We needed fresh blood, fresh air. So when Marcus then came with all this in the course of the people and all of it, we gravitated towards that. Because those were the signs of the times. But now that Tottenham died, this concept of one man rule through our democracy persists. And this is what Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has done. I know she gave up the presidency, but she didn't give it up. She didn't give it up. So we still under this Tottenham rule. She passed the mantle to somebody she could control. And because of her dominance in West Africa, her influence in the World Bank, anything she can dominate our society forever to protect herself. And it can't be. We got to rise up and be stronger than Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She can't be stronger than us. This is our country. This is Liberia. This is a nation of men. When has a woman come and just take over our country and turn our men into women? And this is where we are today. Because when we look at our nation, we have to evaluate the overall wholesome functioning nation of our society. The ideals, the behaviors, the attitudes, the interests, and above all, the maturity level of our leaders. And you see, when you evaluate all these things, you see we are hostages. I keep telling you, we are hostages. And that's why nothing that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf does not approve can succeed. I've been telling you this thing for a long, long time. I've been telling you that why Ellen Johnson Sirleaf never gotten in her government. She had nothing to do with me. Because I wasn't going to play that stupidness. I wasn't gullible. I wasn't stupid. Like other people, not Trumpers, I'm not a Sirleafer. I'm not. I am not. I'm an independent Liberian man amongst many others that stand supreme and will not submit to this wicked woman and her deceitful, useless, evil ways. I can't. She can get all the degrees she wants from Harvard. They can give her all the medals they want to give her. They can suck up her up with all the money they want to suck up her with. She failed our people and our country and our society. She is a traitor to the West African Republic of Liberia. And in time, the masses of Liberian people will come to understand the truth and see what I've been telling you from time immemorial. Why? The woman stayed there 12 years. I never worked with her one day. There's a reason. I don't work with criminals. I don't work with deceitful people. I don't work with unpatriotic Liberians. I can't. Not with the price I've paid so far. And the price my people are still paying as hostages to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and the top of progressives. From 1980 to the day, from 1960, 70s to the day, because Ellen came to Liberia in the 70s. Tabo brought this woman to us, and this woman had done everything to destroy our country. And we must come to the full realization that our country means more to us than Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her family, and we must punish them. We must move them from power, strip her from power, and punish this woman and her family. It's the will of the divine that will punish this woman. She can't do what she's doing to our country. I read Front Page Africa today. They talk everything they talk about Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, but they don't talk about how she put all her children in power. Nowhere will you hear deceitful and useless ass Liberian people telling the truth about that. Because that's a sin. You'll kill some Liberian people for nepotism. Then you'll sit there like dummies and let this woman put her 3 children over your, bring her little high school grandchild from Liberia to sit before those dumb, useless people in the Liberian legislature to teach them about oil. And those dummies changed our oil law. After that, they kid got to talking to them. They changed our law secretly to get Erin Johnson children and her children blocks of our oil free. 5%. Change it from all of us to them. Then you still can't see how the people betray us and deceiving us and killing us. And that they are the Halloween people of Liberia. This is intolerable. This is injustice. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf got to pay. Why you think God is keeping her strong like this for her to pay and see the war crimes court? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is not above the Liberian people. And it is because of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf we have all this disgraceful situation going on in our country. Our educated people are running up and down for petty change behind this woman. Liberty Party is no longer a party. What kind of party you have? People just fussing the party. They want us, the standard bearer. They finish Austin, the senator. Jarvis Dillon, who's supposed to be the light. He come and talk all his stupidness. Now his power finished spanking him and suspending him. Who is Jarvis Dillon? Jarvis Dillon is not nothing no more. He's a disgrace. The whole Liberty Party is a tribal party. It's a tribal party. The people don't know how to function. They're fussing among themselves. So, here we are now. The coalition is divided, the CPP. You got 2 people, 2 parties one side, 2 parties one side. You got Liberty Party and ANC seeming to form a coalition within the coalition. Then you got ALP and Boca and URE, UP together on this side. And you do ALP that only URE and Costa. So you got a party of 2 with Boca. And you got this other party on this side. So our country is just totally divided. What was the purpose of this coalition? I mean, look at George Weah, we better win the election now that this coalition is so divided. And people blaming George Weah. How would George Weah divide a party of 4 educated people? Even as Yomni Tanga was not even as educated as Benana, Ure, Boca, and Cummings. But they're all educated people. How would we penetrate this organization? There's no way we can penetrate this organization. It gotta be Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. We cannot control Cummings. Maybe he can control Billity because Billity is a crook and Billity is charged with stealing oil and people money. All his life, Billity been like that. We have known Billity to be like that all his life. So maybe we can control him through the governmental thievery system. But he can't control Ellen Cummings. So I told you all along that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf controlling Ellen. Because Ellen can't sit under this woman for 12 years and don't say nothing and run a political party Then all of a sudden he is attacking George Weah as corrupt. And he got Benin US scared because he said everybody will be excuse me. My poor boy Benin US, he said Prince Joseph. Every time you call war crimes, call Prince Joseph get mad. Every time you call catching criminals and property Benin US get scared. So here we are now. I mean, our country is just screwed. We are screwed. We are a Halloween nation for truth. We are. We are. But through all of this, can the CPP hold? No. No matter how they try to push patch it together, people come in and say, "Oh, they would just resolve that thing." Even if they resolve it, the way this organization has gone now, the deep divide that is in the organization now, even if they come together, there will still be distrust. There will still be distrust. And all because of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Everything in Liberia, at the bottom of it, is this woman who is about to turn 83. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is about to turn 83. Her hair is completely white now. You know how she cut her hair like boys? Her hair is completely white. You see her now, except she put on a dress, you would think she's a little boy running around here. A little boy with gray hair. This woman is trouble for our country. And I'm not afraid to say it. She's trouble. And to end on this issue, all this problem in CPP rests on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's head. Y'all know she has said that Boka will never be president of Liberia as long as she lives. And she's living. So she'll do everything to disrupt that CPP. And does Boka really need an alliance with anybody else? Does Boka really need an alliance with anybody else to be president of Liberia? You mean we have no party of men that the masses of the Liberian people can follow? We're all coming together and forming a coalition. So this is just another example that we have not gotten rid of the one-party system in us. We are still a one-party system because we have no single political party that can stand alone. We have none. Dr. Cassell party is not a viable party. It can't challenge the CPP nor the CDC. So we don't have any single political party. All the leaders of our country are coalesced. They join together. Everybody won't be leader. And everybody cannot be leader. The Liberian people will not just vote for everybody. Or our society is so tribalistic that Liberians are divided into so many pockets. We can't form one major party of united Liberians. This is the problem with Liberia. We are a nation of tribal people and natives. So we cannot form a political party with majority of Liberian people. We can't. Every time Dick and Harry wants to be president, this is the era of greed, hustling, corruption of Liberian society and people. So everybody won't be leaders. Everybody taking their little segment of the tribe or the nation, pockets of families that will follow certain people, personalities. So all you have 20, look how many parties we're gonna 8, 4 and 4, 8. and Castle 9. So the 9 parties right there. Divided into two. 9 parties divided into two collaborating groups and one independent party, Castle Party. So we got 9 political parties in Liberia now. And none of them can really rise to lead the Liberian people by themselves. That's just evidence that our nation is a nation of tribal people. 16 tribes divided into 9 political parties. We can't achieve nothing. We need to go back to the one-party system. Because we just broke up the one-party system because of greed. Liberian people do not have the intelligence for the masses of the people to form a party based on political ideals of their own. So, like my topic says, political ideals, interests, attitudes, behaviors, and immaturity can and will the CPP hold. The only reason the CDC is holding is because of George Weah's popularity. We are still a divided country and people. And we cannot achieve anything good until we understand that the elements of division, disruption, corruption, evil in our society must be eliminated. And it starts with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Let me take a break and we'll move to my second topic. We pay to achieve this goal? What price must we pay as citizens of Liberia to put our patriotism first, which means putting Liberia first? What price must we pay? All my life, man, all my life, I've seen deception, I've seen lies, greed, deception, lies, greed, all I've seen. From the poor, from the rich, from the top, from the bottom, from the Congo, from the concrete, everybody, deceitfulness. We can't trust each other. As an adult, I know I cannot sit with Liberians and write a document and leave it with my signature on it. No, I got to make a copy and keep it for myself. Because if I don't do that, Liberians will change the documents, the wordings, and put what they want inside. And come back and give me that same document and say, Chesson, this is what we did. And I said, no, I didn't put this there. I don't know doing this. Yes, you signed it. What can I say? I can't say nothing. This is what Ella Cummings did. This is what the ANC did. But I'm not blaming them. I'm telling you, many Liberians do that shit. Many. And they don't think it's deceitfulness. When you finish the document and sit down and read it, you say, oh, we didn't think about this. Let me put it in there. Even if it's honest, you got to call other people and tell them, say, look, we did this document. It wasn't right before. We left it out. Can I put it in it and send it to you, email, so you can read it and see that it's okay and prove it? But you don't just put something in there without telling the people. Then you bring the thing and say, yeah, this we did it. This is what you saw. No. That dishonesty, untrustworthiness, lies. You can't do that, my people. And our people do that. Y'all know we do that. So when y'all want bullshit around talking about Eric Cummings didn't do it, he did it. Even he changed a period, he did it. And we must follow the law. That's the law. There's no bullshit about it. You tamper with a document, you tamper with it. If you change a little I in it, and I notice it, what gives me the doubt of you not doing it throughout the record? Changing the things here and there, adding the I and the T and the A and the B. So smaller things you change in certain documents can change the wordings, the meaning of the sentence. So that's why when people change a little I or a little dot, that document is void because you don't know what else to tamper with in there. You don't know what else to tamper with in there. Then that brings out the question of trust, honesty. Cannot trust these people. And this is where we are in our society today. Because people change things and so deceitful and untrustworthy and liars and evil. We can't trust each other for the same damn reason that CPP is fussing today. People don't put our country first. When you put our country first and you sit with other people and you do things, you respect it, you honor it, you treasure it so much that you don't want to tamper with it. But when your self-esteem is low, Liberian people got low self-esteem. We think lowly of ourselves. That's why we can be bored easily. When we got killers and robbers, people leading us who have killed people and ate them and stolen from people and have people sleep with a relative at gunpoint, force them to rip their mother and father. You think those people got any morals to lead us? You think because Prince George said Jesus, 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 that means he cares? A man who has done all these wicked things, then here he is leading us and people disappearing. We see all the children's heads being cut off and their body parts taken. That man will care. That man doesn't care. All that Jesus, 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 it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. The only person can judge him is Jesus. And I'm not Jesus, so I will punish his ass for what he did. And let him and Jesus sort the religious part out. Prince Johnson can't kill our people, they can't tell me about Jesus. I will smack that idiot to the ground. Jesus, you tell me about Jesus through my law. Let's go to the court. And when we punish your ass, you and Jesus can sort that out when you die. But don't come and tell me about Jesus after you kill my people on earth. Am I stupid? The same thing with the foreigners telling us about the Bible, the Bible, the Bible. And we know they have done wrong to us. And we still thinking about, oh yes, they were changed. Oh yes, they're so. Be not deceived. Be not deceived. So when we talk about Liberia First, we talk about giving everything you have to see Liberia grow and prosper and achieve. Not a Grebo tribe, not a Mano tribe, not a Gisi tribe, Liberia. All our tribes, all our people. But when we play with our sovereignty, we play with our freedoms and liberties and justice. When we play with all these things, they lose meaning. They lose meaning where it's supposed to matter. It lose meaning when people like Eddie Johnson, people Salif trample on us. And we're too scared to punish her. or we have benefited from the corruption and stealing so much that we keep our mouths shut. That was when I read front page Africa and all of these, talking about praising Ellen Johnson, selling all of that, and talking about everything except her nepotism, where she put her children in power, and these children stole our money, and now she can't pay us back. Ellen Johnson selling family ripped our country off. I listened to that Vani Saki. Oh, my auntie. He sounds jealous. These stupid Congo people of talk about them. That's the same shit that I go around to my auntie, I don't die. I listened to his interview with this the other Z man, MZZ, what his show name? Abaka show. What are you talking about? My auntie. These are the damn rogues that stole for us. Your auntie is a damn criminal. Just like all of y'all. And y'all kill our people for nothing because of the same thing they're doing here. The same thing Toba they used to do. Oh, my this. Yeah, the same shit here. My auntie. I listened to that interview. All through the interview, my auntie. Who the hell is your auntie? This damn criminal? This useless mulatto criminal? This Halloween fool? This 83 years old wicked witch? Ellen Johnson said, is that your aunt? You talking about your aunt? This nepotism thing gotta stop in my country. We gotta punish people. Y'all can't kill my pa and let other fools and idiots do the same thing. What's wrong with y'all? Then you're praising this wicked woman. I'm surprised that you read this here. I read your article, all that thing. You never mentioned that this woman is a nepotist, that she put her children in power. You run a part of bullshit. And we must bring the truth to the front, man. We must talk raw. Because Liberians are deceitful. The more we hide shit and try to cover shit and make it sound different, the more our country will go down the tube. The same way America, you see how they were fighting to bring out the January 6th committee, and these Republicans try to bury it. The more they bury it, the more the racism will flourish in this country, the more the hatred will flourish, the more evil people that Donald Trump will want to dominate our society and destroy our democracy because they're too evil and racist for the majority of Americans to vote for them. So they will use all kinds of lies and deceitfulness and their property influence to destroy our democracy. It's happening now. That's the same thing happening in Liberia, not Totman, all the people who are trying to break and bring democracy back to our country, but you don't follow this other witch with nepotism and evil. And it can't work. It can't work. And it's injustice to people like me. Because you killed my family. You deprived me of my life, liberty, and property in Liberia for 40 years, and you're still doing it. And this woman has done far worse to our country than my people and me. And you're still honoring her. You're still got this woman in the newspaper, president talking about she this and that is that, but not saying that she's a criminal, a witch, and a useless president. This is unfair. This is unjust. Let me take a break, then I'll do my conclusion. Our culture of impunity. We must. This is the only thing that's killing us. People come and do what they want to do, and we make excuses to justify their bullshit. We make excuses to empower them more. to suppress us and keep us hostages. We got to break free. We got to free ourselves. We got to liberate ourselves. Yes, nobody want to hear me, but I will keep talking. Because I'm talking things that Liberian people are too dumb to understand and appreciate. So I got to keep talking. The level of education in my country is so low. You can tell by what's going on right now. The educated in my people in my country is so low in their thinking. What do you expect of the poor people? What do you expect of the lower people, the uneducated people? If our educated people acting like assholes, what do you think about the poor, illiterate people? They have no hope. So I know people will not be able. Costa says it. I bring people all we care about politics. We don't care about learning. We don't care about the truth. So I gotta keep talking and putting all these things here for the new era of Liberian children who will want to learn, who will want to know the truth, who will understand that you cannot run a society without punishing the wrongdoers. So it is my hope that my lesson resonates. It's not about hate. Yeah, everything Facebook like to put hit because Mike Zuckerberg don't know shit. That's why he in problem with Facebook and the government right now. You know, you can't be putting hit to everybody. I think every time I look at it, I think it pisses me off because I'm not a man of hate. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And we got to change our country, and not only our country, our world. Because, people with power and money think they can do what they want to do. And to forget that some of us are loyal to God more than money and power. And don't be afraid. Because the atomic bomb and all the things can't stop the hands of time. Listen to Bob Marley. He told us it. Aluta continua. It's almost an hour. My class is done. I'll see you tomorrow, my last day. Happy Halloween. Take it from the witch on my bowl. Happy holiday. Happy Halloween. You can take Ellen trick or treating with you. Take Ellen trick or treating with you.